Hi everyone. Like for many people, this past holiday season was very busy. I had a last minute travel that I had to schedule to take care of some personal business, and that took me about 3 weeks between November and December. I also went to an incredible women wellness retreat somewhere in the mountains of Virginia, and that was amazing. That was quite wild and amazing. We were howling at the moon. And then I also went to Tennessee with my partner's family, and that was also a lot of fun. It was my first time being in Tennessee. And yeah, between lunches and brunches and dinners and this and that for the holidays, it was very busy. Then after that, I took another plane to come to the Caribbean to do Epiphania. I'm still here. I don't know when I'm gonna post this video. Hopefully sometime soon in January. And yeah, so it was a great holiday season. I am extremely grateful. It was busy. It was just filled with people, people I love, and that's all that matters. However, that also means straying away from my wellness routine quite a bit. After the holidays or vacations or any type of activity that takes you away from your normal environment, your wellness routine tends to change. So needless to say, I strayed away from my wellness routine. However, I have what I call a fail-proof method to get back into my wellness path, at least fail-proof for me. It's a method where I combine Army practices that I learned during my indoctrination process in the US Army. Some of you know that I was in the Army for 6 years. And then I also combine holistic wellness practices that I learned during my holistic wellness certification process. So combining those two approaches makes it a very efficient method that I use and that I'm going to show you in this video. I also want to add that it takes time to build discipline. Don't beat yourself up if you haven't mastered your perfect wellness routine in just 1 week. So I invite you to take at least one step of my Army wellness routine and apply that step for a week and then build upon that. Don't just try to succeed right away.
So the first and probably the most important practice to instill discipline is getting up before everybody else. But after a while of going to bed late and getting up late, it's really hard to get back into that schedule. One of the fastest and most effective ways I get back into my early morning routine is by hiring a human wake-up caller. I hired mine from Fiverr. I find this method almost fail-proof unless I turn off my phone, because my caller will keep calling me until I pick up my phone and put her on speaker. And she'll continue to talk to me until I've made my bed and left the bedroom. And that brings me to the next task, which is making your bed. When I was training in the Army, soldiers were expected to make their bed to perfection. Nowadays, I don't make my bed to perfection, but I still make my bed. I still try to make my bed every single morning. This simple habit not only instills discipline, but also signals the brain that you have accomplished the first win of the day. And what's interesting is that this makes your brain crave another small accomplishment, which can then create a sort of snowball effect of motivation. Then, before moving on to the next task, I go get my morning latte. Normally I make myself a matcha latte, but since I'm traveling right now, I've just been drinking coffee with soy milk and brown sugar. In the Army, I would wake up, get dressed, and almost immediately go do physical training with my teammates. However, nowadays, I just like to do a session of yin yoga as my first physical activity of the day. So to do my yin yoga, I put on a YouTube video with the full length of the session I want to do, and I also play some relaxing music. Yin yoga is a slow meditative style of yoga that focuses on holding stretch poses for extended periods of time, typically ranging from 2 to 10 minutes for each pose. A while ago, I used to focus more on starting my day with meditation, but I find that moving my body a little bit before meditating helps my mind stay calmer during my meditation hour. This is probably the only morning task here that is not inspired by my military training. However, to prepare for meditation, I do like to use an army-inspired life creed, which is used as a tool to reshape an individual's mindset through repetition. I keep my personal creed within my vision book, which also serves as a visual aid for my meditation and manifestation practice. Lastly, I go to the bathroom and do my hygiene routine, and then I get dressed based on what I have to do and how I want to feel that day. So whether you're going to work, staying at home, or enjoying your sabbatical, make sure you dress as the best version of yourself. Do whatever you can within your control to elevate your energy at least a little bit. So this is it for my Army-inspired wellness routine. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you found this video helpful, and see you next time.